The Rams jumped the Buccaneers early and cruised to victory. Tim Hasselbeck, as he is most every Sunday night with us here in studio. And Tim, you know I've been saying for, I don't know, month and a half, I like the Rams better than anybody else. Now, because of what's happened today, they're one in the NFC. Doesn't mean they're the best, but I love how they're playing. Your list of superlatives as it relates to what they did tonight, and maybe just in general, where does it start?
I think the two things, it starts with the quarterback for sure, and I think we have to give credit to their defense. But I will say, Stafford's playing at a level that's, look, he's probably played at this level before, but it's a level right now that's as good as any quarterback in the game. And I think when you look at that, that's one of the things that makes them special. Just use one play as an example. They're down in the red zone. One of the things they like to do, here's Puka Nacua. They a lot of times will stack him because in the wake of a release, meaning, you know, one receiver, in this case Parkinson, goes down the field. In the wake of the release, you can get him open by doing that. Now, as they do this, here's what's going to happen. And I know a lot of people make a big deal about Stafford and the no-look stuff, okay? But he's looking exactly right there. Now, the defense, just because you think about it's third down, you got defenders that are going to defend the goal line. Like, that's what's going to happen. But because of Stafford's eyes, watch what happens. It just draws
gravity.
Defenders down. And then because of it, you're going to see what happened. Now, those two defenders are driving on Nacua, and there's Parkinson. You see him here on the screen. Like, he's wide open, and then that ball's right there, and you think, man, that looks so easy. But it's only easy for guys like Stafford, and there aren't many guys like Stafford, and there aren't many guys playing like Stafford. So it starts with him. He separates them, makes them different than other teams. There's other good things about their team, but he's playing at a level that's pretty special.
It's 25 touchdowns, no picks in the last 8 weeks. I mean, that's preposterous. This is a guy that couldn't even practice in August, right?
Couldn't practice during training camp and weren't sure what he was going to be able to do. And, you know, he's definitely playing better than anyone right now.
You like the Rams better than anybody?
I do, and I'll give you credit. Sometimes it's probably easy to come on a show and be like, hey, I've been saying it. I sit with you and watch the games. For weeks you've been saying you're going to have some company with, you know, talking about the Rams now.
Well, I mean, I don't want to parade. They're pretty good, and they continue to play a really hot level. Again, we'll get Tim's thoughts on that big comeback in a moment. This Sunday nighter, 3 quick touchdown passes from Matthew Stafford. There's that in close to Devontae. Hit him again a little bit later. They jump the Buccaneers, get a defensive touchdown as well, and are able to cruise to a 34-7 victory. And the old graybeard himself, there he is, Matthew Stafford, kind enough to throw on the headset. I always say that about you because your beard's got a little gray in it, but that's okay because, my man, you are playing like as high a level you've ever played. And I want to start with the Devontae touchdown in there close because you two have developed this remarkable rapport, especially down in there close. How has that come together, Matthew?
Well, I mean, I'm lucky to get to throw to him. You know, I used to be sitting over there in Detroit and watching him do that week in and week out against us when he was in Green Bay with Aaron. So I'm just lucky to play with a guy like that. He's unbelievable at the line of scrimmage. I think Sean does a great job of giving him options on where we're going on each play, and he's doing a great job of winning. I'm just trying to keep it at, in the zip code. He's making great plays.
Understood. And you as a team, collectively, both sides of the ball are playing at such a high level, Matthew. I've been saying on the show for the past, month and a half, I feel like I like y'all better than anyone else just because it's such complimentary football. What have these last couple of months been like and within your facility as you guys are playing at this kind of level? What accounts for how you guys are doing what you're doing?
It's been a lot of fun, but it's been really steady, to be honest with you, Scott. Like, whether we win a game by a bunch of points or barely win a game, lose a game, whatever it is, we got the right group of guys that just come up, show up every day, ready to work, get better. We love being there. We love enjoy practicing against each other, playing, the games, as a team. But it's been steady, and that's the sign of a good team to me. We'll try to continue to be that way and keep learning from what we can learn from and find a way to keep stacking some wins.
So in the summer, as your back is causing some issues and you're really taking it slowly, and I think we all kind of wondered, all right, like how much runway is left here? And now you're playing at truly an MVP level, like absurd numbers. From August to now, Thanksgiving week, how do you kind of describe your physical journey and how you're feeling as you stand there right now?
I feel pretty good. It was touch and go there for a little bit. I gotta give a ton of credit to our team, our training staff, everybody that I work with to help kind of piece me back together. I felt great throughout the run. Our guys are doing a great job of protecting me up front, which always helps. But I'm feeling good, excited to continue to keep playing. I mean, I'm having a blast doing what I'm doing.
I can understand that. And just one last thought on what you're doing. The stat, I think, is like 25 touchdowns against no picks for 8 weeks. I mean, you've had some incredible years. You've won a ring. There's nothing you haven't done. Do you feel like right now, like the Matrix or something, where it's slowed down to a point where have you ever played better than this is really what I'm kind of trying to ask in a very long question?
I feel like I'm more like Keanu Reeves in The Replacements, just going with that guy. But no, I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast playing. No, I'm having a bunch of fun playing. And no, I feel good. I'm lucky to be a part of a great team. And I chalk up so much of it to that. I play for a great coach. I've got a bunch of great players around me. I'm lucky to be doing what I'm doing, and I'm just happy to be a part of it, Scott.
All right, the message I hear this Thanksgiving week is a dude who's thankful for his situation, and that makes a ton of sense. So enjoy Thanksgiving with the fam. My best to you guys out there. Thanks for throwing a headset on, and be good until next time, all right?
You got it, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Always. Matthew Stafford in the replacements. That's a good line out of him, but that's ridiculous because he's playing at a insane level. 22 touchdowns through the air against the Blitz this season, which is the most since ESPN began tracking such things back in 2006.
What a comeback by your football team in the second half. What was your message in the locker room in the second half to come out and win this game?
Yeah, just stick together. We understood we shot ourselves in the foot over and over in the first half. We got that score right before the first half ended and said, hey, we continue to do that, execute and focus. Shotty always says you can't win the game in the first, the second, and third, but you can win it in the fourth, and that's what we went and did.
Can you win the game in the first quarter? No. Can you win the game in the second quarter? No. Did we spot them 21 points? Yeah. But what about, hey, can you win the game in the third quarter? No. What about that?
We're going to get Tim's thoughts on this comeback and some of the components of it in a moment. The Cowboys scored 24 unanswered after trailing 21-0 in the first half, which is tied for the largest comeback in the history of the franchise, and that's a franchise with some history. An all-time collapse for Philly after scoring 3 touchdowns in the first 3 drives, 0 points their final 8 drives. Saquon Barkley, as you would understand, dejected after this tough loss in the NFC East.
Defense is doing a really good job. I'm not playing well. Just gotta play better. That's really it.
What changed after the 21-0 lead?
We made too many mistakes. As a whole, obviously I had a mistake there. They wanted a little more. So you gotta give hats off to them.
Just coming out of that Eagles tape, and you hear from a downtrodden Saquon. You and I in these past couple of years, particularly last year, we had to figure out new ways to do Eagles tape on offense, right? Like, okay, how are we going to describe it this week? It's a very different look at the moment, and Saquon is kind of in the middle of it because it's not quite what it was last year. What accounts for that?
Think of how many explosive plays they got last year in the run game. It was like that was where their explosive plays were coming from, is just handing him the football. He really just hasn't gotten it going. I mean, there haven't been the games where you think, yeah, it was blocked okay, and then there goes Saquon, and he's still a really good player. I do think they've been banged up on the offensive line. They've played a different combination of guys up front. That can impact your run game, but it almost doesn't make sense in a game where you're up 21-0 to think that it is not a huge Saquon Barkley game. So, look, I think there are a bunch of factors to that in terms of guys up front, also how you call the game.
Philadelphia has the oddest in-game splits of any team I can think of, right? Like they're down 19 to the Rams at home, come roaring back. You're up big on Tampa Bay, have to hang on and win. Like you're up 21 against Dallas, and then you end up losing that game. Now, let's give Dallas's defense credit. They go out and they add some pieces. Overshawn coming back is a huge difference maker. How were they able to kind of hang in? Their role in it, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think they won up front. I think they made it hard for Jalen Hurts, and I think that really was the difference in terms of the comeback. What really, starting early second quarter, I mean, it's basically what happened. Here's Cam Jurgens up front, and he just loses right away. And because he loses right away, I mean, Hurts doesn't have a chance. He's actually fortunate that ball wasn't picked off. A similar thing here on third down. You're just thinking as a quarterback, in terms of when you have a clean pocket. You said it in the highlight for Hurts early in the game. Clean pocket, he's good. But when everything's in his lap, it's not nearly, as easy. And so I think it's a combination of that. And then when they said, okay, hey, we're going to run him some. This is kind of desperate times. We're going to run him some. He's going to try to keep the ball out the back end. No. They have guys sitting there waiting for him. I do think, and you pointed out Eberflus, he's celebrating there. He's done a good job with that, if you think about it, that group in general. Yes, they've gotten guys back, but really they came into the season after the trade saying, who's going to rush the passer? How is that going to happen? And so I think a different combination of things, of some new players, some dialing up some pressures, doing things like that. That group has continued to play hard, and because of that, they've stayed in games, when they've been high scoring, and today they gave him a chance.
I said this the other night when we were in Vegas for Monday Night Football to Troy. I said, I feels like it's reasonable that they could join the playoff conversation. And Troy, I think he was polite to me, but I think he thought I had maybe gotten into the tipsy Welshman early in Vegas. That means it's high-profile games, Kansas City and Detroit coming up. But, if they're going to play like this, like they did in the second half, maybe sneak around and hang around till the end?
Their offense is good. George Pickens is a problem for people. A big-time problem. CD had probably 3 drops today.
Including a touchdown.
Correct. So if he's playing well,
Okay.
You don't have to hold people under 20. You need to just give yourself a chance for Dak and crew to score more.
Hey, look, I grew up rooting for the then Redskins in Washington. I'm not rooting for it, okay? That was a rival forever as a kid. I'm just saying I'm reasonable enough now to look at them and say, if they're going to play like they did in the second half, you never know.